Hello everyone and welcome to AI with Idan, where we cover the latest AI news in a flash and explore topics that help us improve with our AI skills so we can unlock its full potential. My name is Idan and today's video is going to be about the three most basic elements in a prompt. Why, how, and what. Why you want to do what you want to do, how is it that you want to do what you want to do, and what is it that you want to do. But before we get into that any deeper, let's start with the AI newsflash. Meta is introducing a new chatbot. It is based on Llama 4. It is an AI assistant. It connects to your glasses and you can do cool stuff with it. OpenAI updated its search feature and now you can go shopping with ChatGPT and it will give you personalized recommendations in all sorts of categories: fashion, beauty, home goods, electronics. It's there. And right now there are no advertisements. Sam Altman said that if you're not skill maxing with O3 at a minimum of 3 hours a day, you are NGMI. I don't know what it means. They updated the ChatGPT 4.0 in both intelligence and personality. With that, we say goodbye to GPT-4, the revolutionary model. It is no longer available in the model selection in ChatGPT. Some Grok news. Next week, Grok 3.5 beta will be released to subscription users. And with that, Elon Musk says that it can accurately answer technical questions about rocket engines. Small update in the Grok Studio. It now has an HTML preview. And Grok can see what you see. You just let it access your camera. You point to what you want it to see. And you can talk to him about it in voice mode. Creepy? Awesome? Elon Musk thinks it's awesome. That is it for the AI newsflash. Let's get down to the main topic of the video. Why, how, and what. The three building blocks for every prompt that you should have in your prompts. And in order to understand what I'm about to tell you today in a bit more detail and really grasp it, we will divide this video to three segments. The first one, we will introduce the why, how, and what, and do a small example of how it looks. Afterwards, we will understand why it works so well with LLMs, Grok, Gemini, ChatGPT. And finally, we will do an example of which order to pick when working with these building blocks, because why, how, and what is just a formula to remember. You can interchange the order of the building blocks in order to get better results. So let's get down to it. Why, how, and what. The way I like to call it is why you want to do what you want to do, how do you want to do what you want to do, and what is it that you want to do. The why explains the purpose and reasoning behind the task. It gives context. Context is important and we will understand it in a couple of minutes. The how describes the methods you want to approach. Here you use the most advanced terms that you can use in your line of profession and knowledge. And the what defines what is it that you want to accomplish. Let's do a small example, because really the idea of this formula at its most basic form is to make you give more details and context to the LLM, to ChatGPT, to Grok, to Gemini. It obligates you when you use it, when you look at the formula and you really think in the way that the formula allows you to think or helps you to think. It obligates you to add more detail. It's just a way to order your prompt writing ideas and fluency, to put more details in a way that helps you get a better prompt. So let's begin with our example. Let's say that I'm a chemistry student, second year, and I'm in an advanced chemistry course. I don't know if that's a thing. And they gave me an assignment. The professor gave me an assignment that I truly don't even know how to approach. An amazing task for ChatGPT. So let's write a prompt to ChatGPT using the why, how, and what. We will start with the why. Hi chat. I am second year chemistry student. In the University of blah blah. And we will understand why is it so important to add this context. I just got an assignment from my professor in the advanced chemistry class that I truly don't know how to approach. The assignment is blah blah. The most important, the most details you can add. In this section, this is the why. This is the heart of it. This is why you are here. You give as much details as you can, as much relevant details. Don't be lazy. Sit down, open a Word file or the Mac equivalent and write it. It's important. Context is important, and we will get to the importance of details. This is the why. Let's get down to the how. You know what? Let's put a what first. Makes it a bit more fluent. I want your help composing a plan to finish this project. A simple what? I want your help composing a plan. Now the how. How do I want my plan? I want a plan. This is what I want to do. The reason I want to do it is my assignment. How do I want my plan? Do I want it 5 steps? 10 steps? Bullets? I don't have a preference for a plan. Offer me a couple. This is basically it. Here you add the details and also here, but this is basically it. Why, how, and what. And it works beautifully. Beautifully. The context, the assignment, everything. The task, it works beautifully. Let's understand why it works so well. And in order to understand why it works so well, I would like us to talk about LLMs for a few minutes. What are LLMs? But in their most basic form, if we're maybe even a bit oversimplifying it, LLMs are pattern recognizing and predicting machines. What does that mean? It means that you give them a set of words, and the output that they give you is based on the pattern that you gave them. They saw the pattern and they predict the right outcome. Of course, it's very complicated to do, but that's what they do. They recognize the pattern based on all of the data that they have, and they have a lot of data, and they try to predict the right outcome to what you ask them. And in order to understand why details are so important, details and context, we will do an example, not for artificial intelligence, but just intelligence, you and me. Let's see an example of how we are also a pattern recognizing and predicting machine by number sequences, and why details are so important to us, even in number sequences. Let's say that our task right now, you and me, is to recognize the pattern and predict the next number in the sequence. Okay? The number is 2. Can you predict the next number? It can be everything. We just have one detail, one number. We have no idea what is the next number. But now I give another detail. The detail is 4. Can we now predict the number? Well, not yet, but we narrowed it down to less possibilities. The amount of possibilities that we had before and we have now is super narrowed down. Let's do another number. Now it's 6. Okay, now we're already getting a hunch of what is coming. And after that, it's 8, it's 10, and 12. By now, you understood. I'm just adding 2 to the previous number. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. But you wouldn't have known that before you had a few numbers, a few details. Let's do another sequence. Just to really feel the importance of details. I'm starting again with 2. Now it's 4. Now it's 8. Now it's 16. Now it's 32. Here, the rule was plus 2. Here, the rule was 2 in the power of 1 plus 1. What does that mean? Just for if I'm not being clear, that is 2 in the power of 1, 2 in the power of 2, 2 in the power of 3, in the power of 4, in the power of 5. These were the rules. Let's do one. Let's do one last sequence. 2, 4. 8, 18, 28, 38. What happened here? Well, it's a different rule. Right here, it was 2 in the power of 1, 2 in the power of 2, 2 in the power of 3. And then I just decided to start adding 10. That's the rule. 3 numbers, it's the 2 in the power of something. And from there, you add 10. And that's the next number in the sequence. But you had no idea of recognizing it. So let's compare. First of all of them start with the same numbers. You need details to recognize the pattern and predict the next number. So here you needed few details and it's an easy prediction. Okay, cool. Here also you needed a few numbers. Here, if you would predicted that the next number is 6, like the first sequence, you would be dead wrong. Especially if 8 means something, if it has a lot of significance. It's very imperative. And here, where they have 3 numbers that are the same, if you were to predict that the 5th number is 32, no, it's 28. Because the rule is different. So you need context. And this is how the LLM, ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, this is how they see it. You can say sort of. Once you give it more details, it narrows down the amount of possibilities that it has for him, for the output that he provides to you. Think about how much data he has that he needs to navigate in order to give you an output that is what you want. This is why I said that here, saying that you're from the University of blah 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 and a second year student is important, because if you're a second year student, it's different than if you are a researcher in a pesticide company. It narrows down the possibilities. It's a whole other realm of possibilities for him to predict. Details, details, details in content and context. Take this formula and do what it obligates you to do. Write a detailed prompt. Now, I would like us to understand why the order can matter. If it's a bit advanced for you, you don't have to change the order. This order is fine. Again, I'm emphasizing your train of thought, the way that you express your ideas fluently is the most important thing. Afterwards, when you're a bit more experienced, you can change the order. But why would you want to change the order? Well, for that, we need to learn a new concept called positional bias. What is positional bias? Well, as it turns out, LLMs, ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, they give more weight to the start of the prompt and the ending of the prompt than they do to the middle of the prompt. That's just the way it is. It's the way it is. You can go read about it, but that's the way it is. They give more weight, more importance to this start in the beginning. It's not that they disregard it. No. It just doesn't get as much weight as the beginning and the end. But that means that we can use it into our advantage by switching, by interchanging the order of the why, how, and what. Because sometimes we want the why first, maybe sometimes we want it second, and we want the what first. And then maybe we want a different combination. There aren't so many combinations. But I will give two examples. When you are unsure of the assignment, I would go why, how, and what. And sometimes I would go what before how. Like our student. He didn't know what to do. He was unsure what the assignment is. So he gave the why. And then he gave the what. Why, what, how. Okay, cool. But when you know what needs to happen, you want to brainstorm, you want to write a code, you want to write some content, you want to write your paper and you know what it's all about, you should definitely go what, why, and how. Let's give you an example. Let's say I want to brainstorm, which is a good example. Again, ChatGPT, which is also always my weapon of choice. Hi, chat. I want to brainstorm garden ideas. This is what I want to do. I want to brainstorm garden ideas. Okay. Now I will give him the why. I just moved to a new house. My porch is west facing and I want to get my garden up and running. More context. I have an automated irrigation system. I fertilize regularly. In terms of experience, I have an master's in plant science. I like plants that are yielding, like tomato, corn, cucumber. I live in XXXX, which is important in plants because it means that the weather is Y. but I don't have direct sun in my porch. And I can keep going because it's actually something that I want to do. I just moved to a new house. I want to get my garden up and going, and I have a porch that is west facing. So we can keep developing that, but let's not overdo it. And then I write the how I want to brainstorm. I want you to ask me directing questions, which is, by the way, one of the best prompts that you can give ChatGPT. Give me directing questions. It will open a new world for you when you don't know what you want, or you're unsure how to approach it, or in general, just asking for directing questions. It will change your life. Let's put it here. I want you to ask me directing questions. Ask 3 every time. And propose 2 plants. After each questioning phase. I have the what, why, and how. And look, even something cool about the order here. Because I think that my context is more important than my how. I truly do that my context is more, think that my context is more important than my how. I will put my how second. I will put my context third, because positional bias, and I can optimize it for my needs. This is all I have for you guys for today. Go try it out, enjoy it. Why, how, what? In terms of, I said that I will put my presentation in the description of the video after every video. Apparently, I can't do that. It doesn't work. I need to open a website and put all of my presentations in the website. It will happen. It will happen soon. And when it does, of course, I will let you guys know. Remember, why, how, what? All it is about is to obligate you to put more context. Go try it out. Practice. AI takes practice to unlock its full potential. Don't give up. It's on you. If you don't like the output, you can change it, guide it differently. Until next time, thank you for being with me. Go unlock its full potential.
Unpack your worries. Try listening to the wind. She tells a story about all that's unrecognized. Will you release control? Will you allow your void to take over us? Slowly I break into little pieces of a man, nodding with my head and watch the fall. I no longer feel the ground I'm standing on, fearless might in faith. Unfaithful glory will hunt you through windows you left unseen. Under your slowly sea, waiting to sweep you home. A sudden wave of your own and let you swim. Slowly I break into little pieces of a man, nodding with my head and watch the fall taking its place. I no longer fear the ground I'm standing on, fearless, smiling pain. Slowly I break into little pieces of a man, nodding with my head and watch the fall taking its place. I know